Hey,
Hey, how are you?
fine. How are you?
I'm amazing. I cannot complain.
I know that's right. I'm so excited to meet you today. This is episode number 5, Becoming with Miss Mysoline. How are you doing this evening? I already asked you that, right?
I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I cannot complain.
I love your lashes, by the way.
Thank you. I did them.
Okay,
I'm a
okay,
certified lash tech also.
okay. Where are you located?
I'm in Naperville, Illinois.
You're not close to me. I'm in High Point, North Carolina. Because I was just about to say, when I get off the phone with you, I need to make an appointment. But no, just thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. As I said, this is episode number 5, Becoming with Miss Micheline. I'm excited to do this episode with you. I've definitely been following your journey. And I just want to let you know you are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
How
Thank
are you
you.
taking care of yourself today?
Okay, so today, what I did to take care of myself, I actually I wake up at 4:45 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I knew that we had this interview, but I'm sure you know that I quit my job so that I could drive Lyft. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go drive. I know I'm gonna be kind of tired or woozy because I drive like almost 12 hours a day.
Right.
And so I was trying to think, what is it that I can do? And I just took a minute and I just listened to some motivational speaking while I was getting ready.
That's
First, I did a little bit of meditation because I've noticed lately with everything picking up, right? Because you could see what I got going on in one aspect, but I got so much other stuff going on.
right.
And so, with that being said, I just been feeling really chaotic lately. So, I'm learning to just stop,
Right.
just stop and think for a minute and really map out what's really important for the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm learning to respect my body. So if my body is telling me today is a day, we could go, we could get it, let's get it. But if my body is telling me to just stop and recoup, then that's what I'm going to do.
That sounds like a plan. Like that sounds like how it sounds like you're very self-aware. It sounds like you understand what you want right now. We're in a shift right now. It's the beginning of the year. Everybody's trying to get their head together and figure out what they want, beginning of 2022. It's still hard for me to even say it's still 2022.
Girl, I just, my head is just all over because, and it's so crazy because I know you've heard me say so many times, I've been praying for divine connections,
Yeah,
right? And so,
right.
with that being said, I would never turn down an interview.
Hmm.
I would never turn down an interview. And that's why I'm so glad that I'm taking the time to really build my network from the bottom up, right?
Right.
Because when I get to the level of Oprah and Tyler Perry
I
and
know that's right.
Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, I want for my fighters, because I don't want to call people viewers, I want to call them fighters.
Right.
Um, I want you guys to still have my cell phone number because the number that I put up is my real number. Um, I don't want to get to the point where I'm not gonna answer my text messages and I'm not gonna answer my emails, and
Mhm.
somebody else have to feel like, okay, I gave my business to the secretary, you know, because a lot of times we're afraid to talk to people because we don't want our business to get out,
Right. We don't
right?
want to be vulnerable.
Right.
Um, I
And
know with this episode, I was like I said, I've been following you, and I realized we both are evolving. And so when I was reading, I actually read Michelle Obama's book, Becoming. I think it came out in 2018. And I reread it right at the beginning of last year. And so when I took the podcast challenge and I met so many different people, so many different networks, not even just through them, just all types of different groups that we all are trying to do. You kind of just came up and I just started following you and I was like, I like her. Like, and I was
Thank
like, let me just reach out to her and like just see what's going on and just let me, pick a brain a little bit, and you can always feel the energy. I'm really big on energy.
absolutely.
Um, and so I wanted to ask you, like, what is your definition of becoming?
My definition of becoming is learning. It's learning, right? And when you told me that you were reading that book and this interview was based off of you reading that book, I'm like, I sent the voicemail that you sent me to my best friend, my sister, my brother, my cousins, even my kids.
Oh,
Because now I'm like, okay, when you read a book about becoming and that's what you referenced to me, that was like the biggest honor. And
yeah,
that's what made what I'm doing so special. But it was just confirmation for me that I'm headed in the right direction because I know that one day I'm going to sit up and have dinner with Michelle Obama. I'm going to sit up and talk to Oprah because I don't think they could do it. Why can't I?
right, right.
Why can I?
Right.
You
And
know,
I think that what we're doing right now is really showing younger people how to evolve and let them know that they're going to continue to evolve. Like it's not something that's going to be like a destination. It's something that they're going to have to continue to do, whether they're in their 20s, their 30s, and 40s. It just keeps going. I really always thought before I read her book that it was somewhere that I was trying to get to. I was always trying to run, 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 run. And then I was like, okay, wait a minute. It's not a race. Like, it's really not a race.
it's not. And that's why I said learning,
Right. So
right?
tell people what you're learning, what you're doing. Let us know exactly your mission and a little bit more about the silent fight.
Okay, so let's talk about the silent fight. So the silent fight, that's that's my baby. That's my podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was one of my biggest goals at the time when it came up. I want to do a podcast. I want to do a podcast. I want to do a podcast. So I started doing all this podcast, research and following people that's doing it. And then I got into this challenge with this guy. It was free, right? And so he said, he's a multimillionaire podcaster. And he says, you guys, the one thing I want you guys to do right now is to go take your name. So get every www dot whatever dot edu dot gov dot whatever they give you, take the name, right? He said, but now I want you guys to shoot in the text. And this is a multimillionaire. He's talking to whoever's putting information in the chat. Shoot the names out, and I'm gonna let you guys know what I think about it. So I put a name up there. He didn't say anything. I put another name up there. He didn't say anything. And so I thought, he said, make it 3 words, but make it very powerful and also make it so general that you won't put yourself in a box. Right.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, what is it? And then I don't know what I had to try to think about life. And I don't know, just a silent fight popped up and I just typed it in the chat and he was like, I love it. I love it. He was like, the silent fight, that could be so many things. And he said so many great things about it. And I said, okay. So now for me, that made me take accountability.
Right.
So now, okay, I own it. So what is it? What is it? And when you think about it, we all are trying to battle something silently.
Mhm.
Whether it could be, I don't like this polish, this color today.
Mhm.
I don't like the way my feet look. I don't like the way my teeth look. When I took that picture, that angle's not quite right. You know, I'm making money, but I don't know if I'm making enough money. You know,
Right.
it's we're our own worst critic,
Right.
right? And so I just wanted to create a space where we all can come together. It's not going to be disrespectful,
Mhm.
but if you need to curse, you welcome to curse.
That's right.
Not disrespecting anybody.
Right.
But I want us to talk about real life situations. And I want people to really, I believe in energy,
Mhm.
right? I want people to feel my energy, your energy, whoever else energy that comes on here and be live and uncut.
That's right.
So we can do what it is that we need to do, right?
Yes, because I really do think that it is our responsibility to serve and take care of the next generation. Teach
Absolutely.
them what we wasn't taught.
Absolutely.
Remember the tough times, and that's sometimes that's not what we want to do. We want to show a polished version of ourselves, and it's not like that. That's, I mean, really, because when I started this podcast, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I didn't have no mic, no, my computer messed up. I just was like, and my mentors kept saying, just do it. Don't you got that new iPhone? I was like, yes. They was like, well, just start there. And I was like, but I want to look a certain way. My nails ain't done, my hair ain't, you know how we are. We want to show an image. But I said, you know what? I'm going to get on here and I'm just going to be me, the most authentic version of me. If you don't like it, you can change the channel. But I just want people to know what it's really about, like what it's really about. And that's what I see when I watch your IG. That's what I see. I just see you being you, like you say, the jack of all trades. I do see that you're doing other stuff as well. Can you let us know different things that you're doing besides the silent fight?
So I'm also a life coach. I do lashes. I'm a certified lash tech. So every now and again, you'll see me just post something. Hey, I'm home to do lashes because I made my lower level a lash studio. Um,
Congratulations.
Thank you. So right now is tax season. I'm a
Oh, you
tax
busy.
professional. I'm a tax professional. I'm IRS certified. So shameless plug. You guys follow me. I'm guaranteeing to get you the maximum refunds. If you do any reviews about me and my services, the people that I service, they never leave. As a matter of fact, doing taxes is what actually made me value my phone number because I was a person back in the day that if you make me mad, because I got two kids, so we know how that go. I
Mhm.
changed my number.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But my tax clients have made me become a lot more structured and disciplined. So I got a really dope tax service. And then we're doing a lot of great giveaways like vacations. We give $100 referrals. So everybody you send me, if they're approved, you get $100.
Oh, wow.
Um, and I just want to bring just so many more things. You know what I'm saying? What else do I do? I have a truck company. I
You really are the jack of all trades.
I I got so I got my business certified. I got my DOT number, my MC number. So for those people that's truckers, they know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Um, I got my authority. I was about to get back on the road to start making the money because it's a lot of money. But
You sound like my cousin. She always say it's money out there.
it is. It is. And I just have to, I'm learning to slow down, right? Because when you figure out your purpose, right?
Right.
You got to respect it because it don't go away.
Hmm.
You
It's gonna
can't
keep tugging at you.
you can't know and then unknow. You can't.
Hmm.
That's why I learned by this that ignorance really is bliss. So if you don't know, you get in this space and then you can make excuses for things. But when you know, you know. So
Hey,
I just said, I'm gonna keep on doing this silent fight. I'm gonna keep on no matter what's going on. I'm getting on Sunday
yeah. We
because
we need that message. We need that divine connection in our life, especially now with COVID.
mhm,
In one of my previous episodes, I believe it was the last episode I did, I was talking about trauma and triggers and
mm,
how sometimes it's so hard for us to just go through it. We don't
okay,
never want to just go through it. And so I appreciate your safe space
thank
through
you.
the silent fight, because some people are just scared to just say what's going on with them.
Right.
And if we have a safe place, then it'll make us a little bit more vulnerable to go out and talk to people and say really what's on our mind, instead of giving this certain type of image.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
so I think that with that being said, you start to understand the term hurt people,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
And so when we encounter people, we're automatically like, I don't know her. I ain't gonna tell her my business because yeah, no. But if you encounter me and I show you my vulnerability, right?
Hmm.
Even if you want to feel some type of way, 9 times out of 10, in my theory and my experience, I'll be the person that you'll run to first, right?
Right.
And I prefer you to run to me because that was my intent, you know? And so I take every opportunity when I encounter people to just be as vulnerable as I can and share my story, right?
Right.
Because I really, really want to change the world and show everybody that we can really love. You could just choose that you want to love,
Right.
right?
Right.
And life tells us over and over and over again. What do they say when somebody die young? The good die
The
young.
good die young.
The good die young.
I believe that. You don't believe that?
I do, and that was my
Yeah.
point,
Mhm. Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So I want to make sure that everybody is the good,
Right.
right? Because I got 2 sons, and I know how pure my heart is. So with the way the world tells you the good die young,
Mhm.
right? So I'm always pouring into my children. I'm always educating my boys. Every moment is a teaching moment.
Girl, you just gave me a chill. Like it's that's what I'm saying. Like I seen that too. I was like, she got grown boys. Like you don't even look like you said a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old,
Yeah.
right? See, I told you I follow you. Like you probably like, oh my God, this is creepy.
No,
But
this is
no,
amazing.
like
This is
yes.
amazing because it means I'm doing my job.
Man, and pour into those kids, because when I was reading the book and Michelle was talking about like where she was at her core, can you tell me some memories that you remember that make you who you are now into becoming the lady that you want to be and still is becoming?
That's so funny. Let me tell you something. Because people don't believe when I tell you that the universe will really these divine connections. I took and I don't know how you guys share it, but I took notes of points that I wanted to talk about today. And so I wrote around and I was really, really, really letting, the words come to me. And I said, uh, my second to last point said, I remember the day we got our station wagon. I understand now the joy she felt as a mom. That just came to me to talk about. And you said tell you about, my childhood and my memories and stuff, right? I remember my mother, she got a lawsuit from something. I don't know what it was. It had to be somebody, one of us getting hurt or her or something. But it really wasn't much money. It was like $2,500, $3,500, right? And I remember her I think it was her settlement because my mom was disabled. I think it was her workman's comp settlement. And so if my sister and brother ever see this, I want you guys to comment and say if this is what it was. But I remember she was like, it came. And we all got in our little Oldsmobile, and it was a 2-door. So my mom was like this 700-pound lady, right?
Right.
She had 4 babies, and then she had my grandma, and we all was piled in this Oldsmobile. This 2-door Oldsmobile was gray, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we pulled up to the Wheels of Chicago up north. And when she went in there and they had that station wagon, man, it was like damn near the best day of her life. And she let us get in there and we was hopping over the seats. And I remember how cool it was to just look out the back window. Because remember, they had that, if she had 4 kids. So now, we came from this little Cutlass, and then you two could be up there and we could be back here, or I could be back here.
We got space.
And I remember the joy on her face. I remember I never understood, and the other day, I told my son, he said, Uncle was telling me about he used to be poor. I said, yeah, I was too.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, Mom. I said, yeah. Mom. It's the 14-year-old. And I said, yeah, Stank. That's what I call him.
Right.
I was poor.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you were? And I said, yeah, that's why I'm always on y'all. I work for everything I got. Ain't nobody ever giving me nothing.
Right.
You understand? I want you guys to be amazing humans. I'm not working out here to gain the world and to lose y'all. That's not what this is about.
No, you planting the seed now.
Y'all have to be great.
Mm-hmm.
It's required.
It sure is.
I don't want you to take care of me. I don't want you to go buy me a house. I want you to be an amazing human being, because we got sacrifice for. Got sacrifice for. You understand? So when people see what I'm doing and you wonder why I take it so serious and why I'm always, Missy always, here we go. I ain't want to hear Missy preaching.
They used to say the same thing to me, like at a younger age. And I was just like, I'm not trying to preach. I was just giving them the lessons that I was taught. When I was young, I remember going to my father's house every other weekend, or him driving by nice houses and telling us, if you do this, this is what you can have. If you don't do this, this is what you can't have. I remember Sundays at my grandmother's house with all my cousins, big Thanksgivings, just being blessed around everybody. I even remember the bad times, but what I do remember, I can remember my daddy jerking my mama up, but what my daddy taught me was to have a voice. Absolutely. And that's what you're teaching your kids. Absolutely. And that's amazing. Like, everybody doesn't do that. It's kind of like an old school thing. Like somebody over there was old schooling you. My mother. Yeah. If you see can you see the corner of the sign? Yeah. You see what it say? Francine Neal. That's my girl. All right there. That's my girl. Yeah. That's my girl. Yeah. This is amongst everything. Mm-hmm. This is what it's about. Mm-hmm. Right? So if you can see that, I know that the greater I get, you gotta ask me that question. Mm-hmm. It's damn near like a setup. Mm-hmm. Right? I gotta be great, because the question is gonna become, who raised you? Mm-hmm. How you go out and they say, that's your mama. The north side of Chicago, coming from CHA housing,
food stamps and food pantry, family members on drugs. My mom was
Mhm.
700 pounds.
Mhm.
Think about that.
Right.
The neighborhood tried to make a mockery out of her. You understand what I'm telling you?
Right.
But we loved our mother so much because she loved on us, we wouldn't hear of it.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm telling you?
Mhm.
From little children, and the neighborhood began to love her because through us they began to know her, right?
Right.
And so that's why I do this, because she wasn't able to do it, but that wasn't her assignment.
It wasn't.
Supposed to be a 700-pound black lady on CHA because she was supposed to birth me
Mhm.
and Shayna and Tony, and not be so caught up in racism and domestic violence and what society tells her that she needs to be, because God set her down
Right.
because she needed to nurture us and be the only one to do it. And the one that was our first request and our last resort. And that's what she gave me. And that's what I am to my children. I owe them greatness.
Mhm.
I owe it to my mother. So this is bigger than me.
They'll remember this. Like they will remember all of this. Like how you just told that story, being at a young age. They'll remember their mom telling them to, you don't have no choice but to be this way, and you're gonna be this way. It's like you don't have a plan B. And
Absolutely.
they're gonna carry it. They're gonna carry it with them, whatever their assignment is,
Absolutely.
because that's what God ordained us to do. And it's funny because you said like your mom pushed you through, and I didn't know all of that, but I just knew it was something about you because I lost my dad
Mhm.
to cancer, and he was, I believe, he was around 45,
Okay.
and it's been about 13 years now, and
Okay.
I just remember everything he taught us, and he always told us we didn't have a choice. We didn't have a choice. So as you're becoming the woman that you are, what is it something that you can tell the young generation, the ones that are going through everything now because of COVID, and they don't know which direction to turn? Not just the young ladies, like you said. Let me just give you hats off. You are taking care of two men. What? See, I need you in all these other houses that these mamas didn't
Uh-huh.
take care of these, especially these black men. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I can rant on it because it's
Absolutely.
not a lot of good. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna take that back. But
Mhm.
as far as black men, sometimes I wonder where was our moms, or where was the lady of the house teaching you to stand on your own? And I just want to commend you for that.
Thank you.
I promise, because that is a big thing. I don't see a lot of us that have a lot of strong black men, and you could tell, you like, oh yeah, that's your mama. And they know not to play
Yeah.
because they know that you coming.
Yeah. I told Kevin and Messiah when they first could understand, because I was aware of that about the
Mm-hmm.
black men, but I
Mm-hmm.
was also blessed to have brothers.
Right.
So I watched how my mom did it again. And my brothers are amazing,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're amazing. And I remember, no matter how, I remember my brother, my baby brother, he is my, he's my hero, right? But I remember him being this itty bitty little thing, and he used to cry all the time. And my uncles used to be like, "Boy, shut up. Boys don't cry. Shut up." And my mama would just say, "Leave my damn baby alone," and pick him up and hug him, right? And figure out what was wrong. And he is one of the most amazing individuals I've ever encountered.
That's all right.
My brother loves on me and my sister so gently. I know you guys have watched mob movies.
Mm-hmm.
My brother has that my morals and values about me and my sister.
Oh, he don't play.
Not in the least.
Yeah.
Not in the least.
Mm-hmm.
But he don't play like being a tough guy. He don't, you bet not never, and I'll kill you. And he just befriend him.
Mm-hmm.
What up, brother-in-law?
Right.
You know,
Smart.
you know. But he shows them how to love on us, how he love on us. I was just telling somebody earlier, I said, my brother never lets me go in my pocket. Never.
That's my
I don't
brother. He's the same way.
I don't care what it is. I don't
He's
care
the
what
same
it is.
way.
It could be a big order at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a car change. It could be a pop. Missy, I got that. I got that. Missy, I got it. Like to the point where I have to be like, hey,
No.
let's go to lunch. I can't say no. I have to pre-warn him. I'm taking you to lunch.
Right.
Don't don't do it. Because if it's not a warning, he don't care. He not
Right.
he loves on us. So with me saying that is, I just watch how men respond to the proper love,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so I took the blueprint from my mom and how she did it. And I also watch society and how they tell men, think about it. When they first meet your son,
Mm-hmm.
what the first question, boy, you dating yet? What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Them girls, them girls. But when they meet a girl, they say, how school is.
Right. Nothing about a boy.
I better not catch you around them little boys over there.
That's right.
So I said, wait a minute. I'm not about to let society tell my children to devalue themselves because they're men.
Mm-hmm.
You go and you get your manicure and your pedicure done just like everybody else. That don't make you no softer than anybody else. Back in the day, men had to get their hands dirty. I'm
Mm-hmm.
teaching my babies to be beauty and brain.
Right.
You ain't got to be McGruff that run over there and work with their hands. And I love a man to work with their hands. But that's not who you have to be.
Right.
I did that struggle. I did that. I did that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have to do it. My mother
Mm-hmm.
was amazing.
Right. You chose to do it.
My mom told us at 30, I will never forget my mom told me. How much time do we got?
Oh no, you fine. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I don't want to keep because I could go on and on. But mama told us one day, I forgot to get one of the kids' birthdays was coming up. I didn't forget one of their birthdays was coming up. And I wasn't financially independent. And I said, Mama, I said, dang, because I don't curse around my mom. And
Right.
Taylor. I said, dang, Mama, I don't got the money. This boy wants something. And she said, yeah, let's call HSN and let's see if you could get the
Girl, I
they
love
got,
HSN.
yeah. She said, let's see if they got that, if they got the little plan. They'll let you pay for it over time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I called HSN and I think it was like a PlayStation or something. And they wanted like $100. And I promise y'all I had like 108 or 120, something. It wasn't much more. And I said, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, thank you for telling me that. And she said, now don't let it happen again, ma'am. And I said, what, Ma? Ma, I ain't worked this much or whatever excuse I came up with. She said, when his goddamn birthday was, you had. And my mom didn't talk to us cursing. So I said, oh,
You
okay.
said back.
I said, okay. My mom had 4 children.
Right.
Boy, girl, boy, girl. She was disabled by the time I'm going to give it 5.5. Right? I never woke up on a Christmas, and I swear to you, I never woke up on a Christmas without a tree full of gifts. And when I say me, I mean Larry, Tony, and Sheena, and it was exactly what we prayed for for Christmas. She told me that day, she said, I shop every month for y'all. I used to watch them sales, and me and mama would go to Goldblatt's or Ventures, and we'll get that item on sale, and we'll get that item on sale. Y'all Christmas was gonna be good. I didn't play that, not mine. Then let's break this down. As a mother, I got two, and I get up and go to work every day. I know the money I bring in.
Mm-hmm.
My mama told me her check was like $426. Do you know how dedicated you are to your children to go every month and go shopping every month for over 14 years?
That's a blessing.
And didn't never reveal it until we were at the level of understanding. She didn't even tell us when we first had our kids. She
It
said,
wasn't meant for you to know. It wasn't meant for you to know.
it wasn't.
Mm-mm.
She let us figure it out
Mm-hmm.
until we was about to run off course. Like, come here, come here, come here. Come on. I got you. And it was never belittling. It wasn't looking at you at disgust. She wasn't gossiping with her friends. You understand?
Right.
She always allowed us to keep our dignity in every situation. And so that's what I give to my kids. I learned. I heard Maya Angelou say today, her mother loved her to liberation or something like that. Her mother loved her no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
She said her mother told her the day she wanted to leave out, and this is what I heard this morning before your show.
Oh
This
wow.
morning, this morning, she said the day she was finna leave, she told her mama, she said, Mama, I'm about to leave. She said, you about to leave my house? Oh, okay, you're gonna leave my house. All right. She said, well, just know one thing. When you cross over my threshold, you've been raised.
Right.
And when you go out here in life, you can choose right and you could choose wrong. Choose right.
Right.
Okay? And don't go out here and let nobody raise you. And this is always your home. You can always come back. You can always come back. Right? She said, and every time I went back, when life made me call it uncle, she said, my mama never looked at me in disgust. She never said, I told you so. She said her mom just used to say, baby's home, baby's home. And I just started crying because that was my mother.
Right.
She would call everybody, Missy moving back home. Kevin and Messiah gonna be over here. It was the happiest time of her life. It was the happiest. I still have a key to my mother's house. She let us know it is always home.
Always.
It's
And
always
those memories is what make you you. Those, as you're becoming, you became you, and now you're a mom. And future you is always just, it's three parts, and in those three parts, you're learning that to just be gracious with yourself.
absolutely.
Um, and like you said, slow down and trust yourself because you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
And I know I haven't known you long, but like I said, I just feed off energy.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I appreciate you coming today to letting everybody know exactly how it is that you're becoming and letting us know that you're never gonna stop becoming. Is there anything else that you would like to say?
Yes, I would like to say, well, I would like to ask you a question
Yes.
because we're doing all this rambling about me. And I know that they say that, the best podcast host is the ones that just ask the best questions. So,
Okay.
come on now,
Okay, come on, come on.
Um, so I'm learning about marketing, right? And this is your fifth episode,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes.
Have you introduced yourself to your audience?
Ooh, I like that question. When you ask me, have I introduced myself? Do you mean like just getting on there? Hey, I'm about to start a podcast and just letting them know who I am.
To really let them know who you are because you're becoming.
Right.
You're becoming.
I haven't did that yet. It's funny you said that. It's coming. Oh my gosh, you got me like chills because I know that it's a soft spot for me. And so a lot of my episodes are just pretty much on my journey, my self journey of what I've been going through and why I am where I'm at and what I'm learning along the way. So my way of answering that is I've been doing episodes to show people how they can become. But because you said that, I'm gonna have to do a becoming episode by myself or something because you really just put me on the spot.
And I'm gonna keep doing it. So you doing becoming episodes. So here you go. Nothing matters until it matter.
Right.
Why is this personal for you?
Because I've
Don't
always wanted to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go
don't
ahead.
I don't want you to give the answer that you think is what people think you should say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to give the answer that's focused towards materialistic things. I want you to sit back, and even if you can't think of it right now, I need you to sit back and think about why this is important to you. What made it personal? Because out of all the things you could have did, you could have went to school to be a lawyer. You could have wanted to be an artist. You could have wanted to sew. You chose to step out and show the world how vulnerable you are. That was important to you for something. Because if it's the house that's not going to work because wildfires happen, floods happen, it'll be all washed away. And so if you base it on something material,
Right.
you're going to end up stopping.
You're right.
You're going to end up stopping because when you really follow your purpose, everything else is going to come because you're going to have such a you're going to have such a feeling of peace and gratitude that nothing is really going to matter to you. And you're going to focus on everything, but you ain't going to focus on nothing like you are your purpose, your mission, right?
Right.
I've been in the house all week. I ain't made no money. No money.
Right.
But I wasn't going to miss this interview.
Oh,
I
thank
wasn't going
you.
to miss this interview. I'm not going, I can lose a tax client, a lash client, or any client. I'm not missing an interview.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how busy I am, if you can't work around my schedule, then I got to work on your schedule.
That's how I felt when we was, interviewing, like trying to figure out. Because I
Mhm.
said, whatever you can do,
Right.
And for me, I guess to answer your question, it's a deep question. I do know that I want people to understand my journey. I'm always nervous before I do an interview because I want the message to get across. Like I don't want to just be talking. I want you to understand like what I'm trying to relay to you. I've been in some bad spots
Mm-hmm.
and I needed people to understand how I came out of those spots. So I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. I wanted to do what I wanted to do in my way. I mean, I know I got a lot of more growing to do within the podcast,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted people to just take a moment. I ain't gonna take much of your time. Just listen. So that was really why I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And I get so excited every
Mm-hmm.
episode, or just even just watching y'all, watching my fellow podcasters or people outside of podcasting grow and networking and giving each other, like you giving me information. A lot of people in our community, we don't do that. We don't help each other.
We
So I
don't.
was just like, this is amazing to me. So
Yeah.
that's some of my question to answer what you asked me.
And when you're able to do that, what you just did, it becomes easier and easier.
Hmm.
It becomes easier and easier because, like you said, you got a lot of growing to do.
Hmm.
That's the road to success.
Hmm.
Remember, you asked me what is my definition of becoming.
Yes.
I said learning.
Right.
You have to continue to learn and grow.
Hmm.
And that scared feeling, embrace that. Embrace that. Don't ever get to the point where you think you got it.
Hmm.
I know I got it.
Right.
I know I got it. I got it. I got it. I ain't gotta. That's the moment you're going to
Stop
fall
growing.
and stop growing.
Right.
Because everything gets old.
You right.
Everything gets old. Everything gets old.
Yep.
Right?
You
And if we
right.
don't change the world, just like we know everything gets old, we also know that everything repeats itself.
That's right.
Right? So
Girl, you done gave me chills.
if we know one day I gotta go,
Right.
my son gonna be sitting there in the hospital room screaming and crying too.
Hmm.
I gotta go.
Hmm.
Okay, wait. I gotta tighten up.
Right.
Francine gave me all this at 37 and she was gone, and I'm still out here lost. But
Right.
the world don't think that I am.
No, and it ain't stopping either.
Right? The world don't think that I am. So I'm still trying to find Missy.
Hmm.
I just on my other flyers and everything, you will see it say Missy. It don't say Mysoline, right? And the other day I just said, my name is Mysoline.
Hmm.
My name is Mysoline.
Hmm.
And this is what I had realized before you told me the title of this podcast, right? I'm I'm still finding me.
Right.
And that's what I want everybody to see. I want you to see how I started off with uh my name was Missy, then I put my government name, the name my mother gave me. And if I'm gonna honor my mom, I'm gonna honor the name she gave me.
Right.
She gave me Missy. She gave me Mysoline. My daddy gave me Mysoline. Because my daddy was dope too. So don't think that y'all know, you know, my daddy was dope too.
Right.
You understand? My daddy is who made me as strong as I was on the outside,
That's right.
right? And so I had my daddy working on the outside and I had my mama working on the inside. And this is how I am who I am.
And that's a blessing. That's definitely a blessing. You sound. I know your parents are amazing. I know that they're, it's with your mom. She's looking over you. She's gonna continue looking over you and keep pushing you. And when you're not doing right, you're gonna hear her telling you to come here.
And my daddy passed away in 2010. So
Sorry to hear that.
no, it's fine. Because I understand the cycle of life now.
Right. Right.
I understand. I get it now.
Right.
And it's real. For those people that's watching that don't, it's real.
Yep.
One day you gonna wake up and your mom gonna be gone. And your daddy gonna be gone.
There you go.
And that feeling of innocence that you got, it's gonna be gone.
That's right.
So, like that same feeling that little girls get and little boys get when something bad happens, that's the feeling I got when I thought something bad happened to me. I felt like an orphan.
Hmm.
I feel like that little girl was lost and gone, but she is.
Yeah.
Because now it's time
And she's healing now
to be an adult.
to be an adult.
Time to be an adult.
Yeah.
I'm healing, and every day that I help somebody else is healing me too. So know that when I'm encouraging you, I'm encouraging me. When I'm pouring into you, I'm pouring into me because I'm the first to hear the words that come out of my mouth.
Amen. I love it. I love it. We definitely have to stay connected after the show.
You're
I
a
have to
part of
talk.
my network now. You're a part
Right.
of my network now. That's part of my mission, building this
Right.
network. So, you got my number. I'm gonna send you my email and everything. Call me, FaceTime. We
Yes.
love FaceTime.
Yes.
Okay. When we all go to what we supposed to go when it's time, when we get there and we get in the lights,
Right.
this is what it's about. It's not about, understand when I tell you, it's not about you making it and I'm making it. Just one of us gotta make it.
Right. And then we all make it. That's how it's supposed to be.
Just take one. If it's me, if it's you, just call me when you get there, sis.
Right. Come on now. I done
Call me
told you to
when you
come
get
on.
there, sis. That's it. You feel me? Because we don't know who it's gonna be.
Yeah, you're right.
We don't know
Right.
who it's gonna be. But
Right.
I treat everybody that I encounter like it ain't me.
That's right.
Like it ain't me. I'm
That's
honoring you
right.
now.
That's right.
But
We
when you
gotta
get
do
to
it
the
now.
White
We gotta
House,
keep
when you
it
get
going
to the
now.
White House, you gonna say, listen, come on. You feel me? It's the network, man.
It is for me too.
Network. It's the
But
network.
I appreciate you tonight.
Thank
I definitely appreciate you. I thank you so much for coming on the show, letting everybody know about becoming, evolving. Remember, guys, we're gonna always continue to evolve. This is episode number 5 with becoming and Miss Shalene. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, and it was a good time